All right, well, good morning, class. Thanks for joining the Zoom meeting today. I'm going to be recording this so that you know anybody who missed the Zoom meeting can look at this in the future. But today we're going to learn about intelligent design. It was a decision made by the Ohio State Board of Education, October 2002. After examining the proposals made by each side, which you're going to get the links on your websites, some students in the class will be given the responsibilities of board members, while others will take the roles of opposing sides of the argument. We will determine who does what based on a lottery draw of numbers in the bowl in our classroom, like we have in the past projects. If you pull number one, you are going to be on the board. If you draw number two, you'll be taking the role of evolution. If you draw number three, you'll be taking the role of design or intelligent design to be specifically. If you want to trade numbers, you may do so, whatever you feel comfortable with. The board will then decide what should be covered in science classes in Ohio. It's going to be interesting to see what you guys come up with compared to what the Board of Education actually came up with in real life. This is going to be a week project, so it's going to take about 5 days. Monday and Tuesday is going to be your prep time. Review the videos, review the material, come up with your arguments. Wednesday is your deadline for your written documentation of what your presentation is going to be. All videos, all websites, all citations will need to be approved by me. Remember, we're going to follow the same standards we've set throughout the time. So you can't just go randomly pick videos on TikTok. You can if they're from an educational source or a scientific source or something that is, as we discussed, verifiable and has some credentials to it. For the board members, you will actually have to do both sides, and you're going to have to give your opinion due to me by Thursday in a 2-page double-spaced report reflecting your points of view on both sides of the argument. Then on Thursday, we'll start with our presentations. Thursday will be an all-day project. Both sides will get equal time to discuss their points of view. Friday morning, we will do final arguments. And then after lunch, the board members will then decide which argument is the strongest for the end of the day on Friday. For board members, it's going to be a little tough on you there because you're going to need to have your opinion documented. It's just a 2-paragraph document giving both sides' point of view as you interpret the arguments as they were presented to you. And just to give you a little insight too, on Wednesday for the final presentations approval, you'll be sitting with me to approve or disapprove the information that can be brought to the argument. Now, I want to review the overall objectives of this class. Remember, this is our research project, so you'll be researching both sides of the argument. Research the background of Darwin and the controversies that his theory created, or even the strengths if that's your point of view. Learn about more recent growth of intelligent design as it shifted from the term creationism, which is going to be in our presentations. Develop a rationale for each side's view, and that way you can weigh the arguments for both decisions. So in your arguments, you got to give the pro and then the con and why you think your decision is the right decision. We're going to prepare and rehearse class presentations, like I said, on Wednesday afternoon after they're approved, and Thursday starting the initial trial, and then Friday being the final arguments. Make sure that you review the rubric at the end of this slide, at the end of this presentation, so you get the best possible grades. Remember, as students, you're expected to collect, organize, and evaluate information from multiple sources in order to draw logical conclusions. You can use your own sources on this project. Just make sure that they're approved to me by Wednesday. You know the standards we set through all year. It's the same standards today. Students, you need to make sure you communicate the information using appropriate social studies terminology in oral, written, or multimedia form, whatever you feel most comfortable with. If you want to make a TikTok video and it has the information that's on there, as long as it's approved, you can use that. This is going to be a fun project, something that you feel comfortable doing, whether it's going to be a YouTube video or TikTok, any media that you want to use, as long as it's approved. So just to review some of the things we've already covered in class. Remember, A, identify a problem or dilemma. B, analyze interests, values, and points of view, because you want to win the argument, not just present your information. C, identify causes of the problem or dilemma. E, formulate a position or course of action that you think that the state should take. Evaluate the consequence of your given actions. So you could say something along the lines, if we do not approve this, this could be the outcome. Or if we approve this instead of this, this could be the outcome. Now, there is going to be some grading on this, so make sure you review the rubric. There's 50 total possible points. I'm looking for creativity and overall effectiveness. You know, were you passionate about what you did? Were you effective in doing what you're supposed to do? For board members, you need to make sure that your opinion is well articulated and you're able to logically debate it. And I hope we have fun with this. Every year we have fun with this. It's going to get a little loud on Thursday and Friday. So if any students have any sensory issues, make sure you bring it up to me beforehand so that I can give you some time in study hall or in the library, because this will be a debate. So it is going to be lively. It is going to be back and forth. And remember, as we have all year, being respectful and being courteous, being professional as much as possible is what you'll be graded on also. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy this project.